If you're lazy, I know how it feels. I've been lazy at certain points in my life. But the truth is, overcoming your laziness is easier than you think. In fact, I would say most people can overcome their laziness with a few simple tips and tricks, and I'm going to share them with you today. Now, before I get into it, I spent a lot of time in my life playing elite level sports, which meant that laziness was not something that I even really understood or comprehend. But as I moved away from professional sports and started coaching people, I was coming into contact with more lazy people. And I don't mean lazy in the sense that they don't work hard, but lazy when it comes to their health and their fitness. But sometimes I'd get on the phone with people that are running, 6-figure businesses, sometimes 7-figure businesses, but they don't look after their physical health. And I couldn't really understand. I couldn't relate to that. I struggled to relate to it. And honestly, I've realized now I coach coaches and I coach business owners and I also coach people in fitness. I've realized it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are. A lot of people struggle up here. And this is literally it. What's going on in this cranium literally runs everything. So we got to focus on managing this. And the first thing you need to do, the very, very first thing you need to do is have clear goals. If you got a clear pathway on what you want to do in your life, everything else becomes a lot easier. And specifically, you need to know exactly what you want to achieve by the end of the year, in 3 years, and in some cases, I would say 5 years. There's a reason why I don't say 10, because everyone always asks, what's your 10-year plan? Or I'm like, bro, I don't know what I'm going to do in 10 years. I might die. And that might sound morbid, but I could walk down the street, someone don't like me, and just go, bam, or they could run me over. Like, I can't think that far ahead. Me personally, I can't do it. But 3 years I can do. 5 years, yeah, I can do. I know what I want to do in 3 years. I know what I want to do in 1 year. So if you feel lazy, it's usually because you don't have a purpose. And it all starts from what's happening in here. So the very first thing you need to do is have a very, very clear vision. Like, it has to be crystal clear. What do you want to achieve in 3 years' time? If you want, make a mind map or put a collage together. On my MacBook right now in my office, I have a picture of me and I have all these things surrounding me. So I want to get an Audi. I want to change my car. I want to get a house in another country. I want to go to Bali, Thailand, Colombia, Japan. I've got all these things that I know I want to do over the next 3 years. So now I've got complete clarity on what I want to achieve. So that's that set. So every day I open my MacBook and I see this. So visually, I know what I need to do. How can I be lazy when I know what I want to do? Mindset. So that's the first thing, yeah? Get your mindset right and have goals. Goals. Now, leading to that, obviously you've got your 3-year goals, which then will incorporate your 1-year goal. And then you want to think about what's my daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, biannually, and annual regimen to get there, okay? Because now you've got your 3-year goal. Everything you do on a daily basis needs to lead to that. Then you've got your weekly goal. What do I need to do each week to hit that one? Then you've got your monthly goal. So what I need to do every month to hit my yearly goal. And then you've got your yearly goal. What do I need to do each year to hit this goal? Example is, let's say I want to get to £1 million in revenue per year. I then know that I need to get to 83 grand a month to achieve the 1 million. Okay, how many packages of my service do I need to sell every single week to achieve 83K? Boom. Now I've worked it out. Now I've reverse engineered. So now I've got to start putting together the steps to achieve that. Okay, day to day, I need to make sure I'm bringing in 20 leads a day, 30 leads a day. Okay, I've got to make sure from 30 leads, I'm booking at least 3 to 5 sales calls and I'm closing at 30%. Whatever, I'm just making it up. But now I've got day to day data to work with. Simple. Yeah. That's where most of you fail. You don't do that. You just don't do it. And when you don't do it, you don't get a result. All right. So do that and it makes your life easier. Okay. So that's number one thing. Your life goals. The next thing you need to do is you need to stay on top of things physically. It's funny because over the last 2 years, I've been coaching coaches, and a lot of the coaches that we work with don't have time to work on their own physique. They ain't got time to work on their own training. That's a mistake. You have to put yourself first. And I'm talking about business owners. I'm talking about normal guys and girls. Like, you've got to train. And I mean, train hard, at least 2 or 3 times a week. Put yourself through the trenches. Then, might have one soft session, but train hard because this will help you never be lazy. I think one of the biggest reasons why I can't be lazy is because of football. You know, I spent 10 years at Crystal Palace, and regardless of how I feel about how I didn't even have a football career, but regardless of how I feel about how my time at football ended, like, it taught me a lot: work ethic, discipline, respect. And it just meant that I could never be lazy. Like, I couldn't. So what I would recommend to you is this: sign up to your gym, go 3 or 4 days a week, and then also sign up to some type of martial art. Jiu-jitsu, boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing. I'll just stick to one of those 4. Even do multiple if you want. But sign up to a martial art and learn how to defend yourself. I highly, highly recommend that you learn this. Not because you want to go out there and hurt people, but the skill of knowing that you can defend yourself will raise your confidence, but also it will teach you to stay humble, because when you train and you get your ass beat, you're like, boy, I'm never going to be lazy again. Trust me. Getting beaten up in sparring is the best humbling activity in the world, because it's like, yeah, I ain't worked hard enough. Yeah, I ain't worked hard enough. Or when you gas out in a fight and it's like, oh my God, I didn't do enough cardio. I got too nervous. I should have practiced more. Like, that's what you need to do. Okay. And it will help you not stay lazy. Number 3, community. I know there's a lot of guys out there that think it's cool to be alone, that lone wolf mentality, you know? It sounds great, but men and people in general, we're having brotherhood and community is one of the best things for us. But also what it does is it allows you to elevate yourself, because if there is ever a time I'm going to be lazy, my partner's going to call me out. Right? I don't mean my romantic partner. I mean my partner in crime, in terms of someone a part of my community who I consider to be a partner. They're going to be like, yo, Jav, pull your socks up. You need to go do this. So that's where, you know, having community is really, really important. And it's something that I feel like we are losing, especially in the technology age where everyone's on their phones. They don't talk to each other. Like, community is the key. Brotherhood is the key. So if you feel lazy, you've kind of got to overcome that. The next thing, and this is something that, again, I feel like we tend to overlook, but it's the food, what you're eating. What you're eating can really dictate your mood. Now, you shouldn't be eating all these processed foods, loads of sugar, tons of alcohol. That affects your mood, and that's what makes you lazy and not productive, and you procrastinate and you do nonsense. But when you start to eat fresh food, 1 ingredient foods, stop eating all this processed junk, you will feel better. Drink more water on a daily basis. Simple things. Who would have thought that just drinking water would make you feel better? But we don't do it. Meditation. So I would probably put meditation under training and going to the gym and stuff, but it's a little bit different, because sometimes you can meditate and it will brighten up your day and it will make you attack the day with like more energy. But also it gives you an opportunity to be grateful and be present in the moment. Like, every year I'm trying to strive for something new and do a bit better. And sometimes it gets to the point where I don't kind of take account to like what I've achieved this year. But when I meditate, I give myself gratitude. So I sit down, close my eyes, and I try to listen to my breathing, and I try to empty my thoughts. So I'm not thinking about things, and it helps. So I would meditate 3 days a week, and I do what I call micro meditation. So I don't do like super long drawn out meditations, very short, 5-10 minutes, little bit of meditation music in the background, eyes closed. Make sure the room's like nice and cool. Sit there, close my eyes, boom. Yeah. And I'm not thinking about anything. I'm trying my best to empty my mind. It's very hard to do, but I do it. And I do that like 2 or 3 times a week. And what that does is it makes me present. It makes me feel like grateful for what I've achieved. And this means that, wow, I can't be lazy. How can I be lazy when I know there's more? I know there's more. I'm thinking deeply about what I want to achieve in my life. I can think about all those goals that I've written and what I need to do today to achieve it. How can I combat procrastination when it pops up? How can I stop wasting time? How can I remove people that I don't feel like are going to benefit me? So put them things in place, man. Your life is short, you know, we're on a floating rock, as one of my good friends says. We're all on a floating rock. And one day you are not going to be on this floating rock. So my advice is make the most of the time that you do have, because the time is limited. And if you feel like you're lazy all the time, it's because of up here. Meditate, get it right, eat right, sleep right, do the right things you need to do, journal, okay? Oh, wait, one more. I ain't done. I was nearly done, but I ain't done. One more thing. Social. Social. Because if there's one thing that keeps people lazy, it's social. you need to learn how to limit your time in a sense of, I mentioned community, but you can't be out every week drinking and smoking and doing dumb stuff. Like, you've got to make sure you plan your time effectively. So socially with your friends, make sure you organize time to be with the people you love the most, right? But make sure you're doing things that are lifting you up and not pulling you down. So if all your friends do every week is smoke and drink, then you've got to think about, is that the right circle for me? Because how are you going to get to where you want to get to if they're just doing that? So unfortunately, sometimes in life, you've got to make those decisions. Also romantically, if you've got a partner where the relationship is toxic and you are noticing that this partner is not allowing you to hit the heights in your personal life that you want to get to, then I ain't saying you should break up with them, but I'm saying you got to think about some things and you've got to put some things in place where, you know, your time is protected and you're able to achieve your best results in whatever you're choosing to pursue. So if you're constantly feeling like I'm lazy and I can't fulfill my purpose, and you've got this person in your life that is not adding to your life, but they're subtracting, they're sucking away your life force in a way, then you've got to start making some harsh decisions around that. A lot of people get trapped into relationships and they're just there just to be there because it's like, okay, I've got used to this. We've been in this for 3 years now. It doesn't really matter whether you're here or not. I don't want to let you go. And I think that's why a lot of people are not happy. Like, they're depressed, or, you know, they don't walk with purpose. They don't live with purpose. It's because they're trapped into something that they've been in for so long, even if it's toxic, and they don't know how to get out of it. And that affects you in a different way. So that's it, really. If you get all those things right, you being lazy is not going to be a problem anymore. You can overcome it. You can now focus on what you need to do every day and live in your purpose. If there's anything specific around living in your purpose that you're struggling with, comment below, because I'd love to make some more videos around what you feel you need. I'm going to be uploading loads of videos at least for the next couple of months because I've got so many ideas and so many things I want to do. So peace, like, share, subscribe.